Hi folks, Elgin Bowling here. Elgin Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant, with part two of our series, The Customer is Always Wrong. Usually. In the first half of the video, I went into I went into the fact that as artists, we're not in the art business. We're in the customer service business because we don't do our art in a vacuum. If we are professional artists, we do our art for clients. We do our art for real people. And when you're dealing with real people, you're going to run into, more times than not, people who are difficult. And unless you have great customer service skills, you're only going to get so far. You're not going to have that repeat business. And I learned from my early days of being a jerk that bad news spreads fast. So I learned very quickly that my customer service skills had to be top-notch. But anyway, let's go on to the lesson. In order to improve your customer service skills, you have to understand things from your client's perspective. Now, there are a lot of things that a client wants with a particular job, but I found out that there are three main things that they want. Number one, they want to feel like they're in control. Number two, they want to feel like they're not stupid. Number three, they want to feel like they're collaborators, okay? Number one, let's deal with number one first. They want to feel like they're in control. The reason why we get a lot of opposition, why they block us, while they talk a lot, is because, the average client feels that because they're paying you this, that they can do this all day long. They really do feel that way, okay? They're not being difficult just to be difficult, but in dealing with other things in life, when they give someone the money, they feel like they can call the shots, okay? They've been trained to do that. We've been trained to do that as people. And once we're paying for something, we feel like we can tell the other person what to do. And they bring that in there to creative people, like artists, like us, feeling that they can call the shots on this too. What they don't understand is that they have a different perspective than we have. Okay? I was watching a show the other day. It was called Dream Cars or something like that. And you had, that's a bad example. We won't use that. Moving right along. Okay, they want to feel like they're in control of a situation. Okay? But they're not. They don't know your business. They don't know things from your perspective. And so as communicators, it's our job to make them understand what we see. Sometimes a client will have a vision that looks good to them up here in their mind. They're living in the world of fantasy. We are dealing with the world of reality and practical experiences as artists. And so what we have to get through to the customer is what we see to execute their vision. Let's go on to number two, while our customer might be difficult. They want to feel like they're not stupid. Okay? Again, never make a customer feel that his ideas are stupid. I mean, it is, after all, his vision. It's not your vision, it's his vision. And it's very important to maintain and remember that. The customer wants to feel like their ideas count. And this feeling of not feeling stupid goes kind of into point three. They want to feel like they're collaborators with us. Like I said, it isn't our vision. The worst thing that you can do as an artist is disregard the customer's ideas totally and go ahead with your vision. I will guarantee you, if you do that, they will send the work back to you. And they will waste your time and your energy because you went ahead and did what you thought was best instead of working with them. Now, there's a way of working with the client and ensuring that they are a collaborator with you. What you do is every step of the project, every step of the way, you kind of bring them in or you call them on the phone and you say to them, hey, this is how the project is progressing. What do you think about that? Now, be prepared for them to give you a lot of talk on ideas that might not work. That's to be expected because, again, the client doesn't see things from your perspective. He doesn't have your level of expertise. He doesn't know. You want to listen respectfully to his point of view, okay? Take what's good in his point of view, modify it, and tell them, well, that sounds like a good idea. There's some things that I could work with, but based on my experience, and it's very important to say that, based on my experience, this is how this would work out. This is what it's likely to look like. If you include your client in your creative process and if you make them a collaborator, you'll find out that you will have an easier time with the product, with the client rather. They don't want to be made to feel stupid, okay? You want to make them feel like they have a certain measure of control. The worst thing that you can do, and what I used to do in the early days, I would show a client absolutely nothing until the job was finished. And I was lucky sometimes in the client loving the job, but then there were those few times where the client would just throw everything back into my face. They would be angry. They would be, because they were made to feel stupid, like they weren't in on something. They were spending their money, and I had to do things over in some cases, which took a lot of time and energy away from other jobs. And in other cases, they just completely walked away. Okay? So these are the three things that you want to be cognizant of. They want to be in control. Okay? They don't want to feel like they're stupid. And they want to be collaborators. So they're not being difficult just to be difficult. They're not. Okay? They just don't understand things from your perspective. So we're going to go into part 3, of this in another video. Hope this is helpful to you. If it is, write in, tell me if you want to add to it, join the conversation, go right ahead. That's what we're here for.